Alrighty. Guys and gals, it's Big E here. This is about the fourth time I'm trying to make this video. I've been having some trouble this morning. Is this shit working? It is. Okay. So this is a video I put out last night randomly. Let me pause the video right here for a second. So first of all, the character you're seeing is a dwarf rogue, and it's an Ironman challenge on this rogue. Right now, this series is just for my channel members. I do this from time to time just because they go above and beyond to support me by joining the channel. Like they, so it's the least I can do. If I get this character to level 30, I'm going to probably open it up to everybody on the channel. Just make it a public playlist. Right now, this character is level, what are we, guys? I think we're level 17 or 18, something like that. I think we just hit 18. Going pretty well. Not too bad. I've had some close calls. Anyway, trying to keep this video a little bit short. So last night I was on the character. I could not sleep. I was just doing like first aid, just like dicking around with the character. And there was a lot of people hanging out in Ironforge, and I kept getting guild invites. So I kept having to decline. And one guy was like, hey, why? I'm just wondering why you don't want to join. It was Front 2, that guild Front 2. Like, I think it's a popular guild here. So I explained, it's like, oh, I'm doing the Ironman Challenge. So you can be in a guild in the Ironman, but you just can't have guild perks, which doesn't really matter in Classic anyway. But anyway, it kind of gave me the idea. It's like, you know what? Why not just make my own guild and call it the Ironman Guild or the Ironman Challenge? I can't remember what stupid name I came up with. I wasn't awake. So the problem was I didn't have any money, right? What does it cost? Drew would know because he's made us like 10 guilds. It's like a gold or 2 gold. It might even be 5 gold. It might even be 10 to register, like to get the charter, the blank charter that you have people sign. I didn't have any money. So I was like, wait. I have another character, Susie. She's the healer. I still have that character. I just kind of got away from it. We had an orc warrior named Hillbilly, and then the healer I was using, but they kind of went to the wayside. She had some gold. So I sent it to Red here just so I could because I got excited about this. I sent it over here. Now, if you're a hardcore Ironman person, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, can you do that? Technically, no, but I want to get this thing going, right? So I used the money and I got the charter. It's blank. So I was all excited. But again, I was like, well, you know what? I have a big resource, fairly big resource. I can use my channel. I have people that watch the series and they seem to enjoy it. I've been doing hardcore series since the very start of this channel and way before I even had this YouTube channel. I've been trying to do this Ironman Challenge since the original Wrath of the Lich King, whenever that came out. I can't remember the year. And it actually might have been Burning Crusade, somewhere in there, like the OG vanilla version, not the classic versions. I've never got a character to level 60. The highest I ever got was level 57 on this channel on a Night Elf Hunter. Never going to forget that. So anyway, if you don't know what the Ironman Challenge is, at the beginning of my hardcore series, the Ironman, I put the rules, but here it is in a nutshell. So no deaths, obviously. We're on the permadeath server anyway. You can't have any gear above white quality. It's only gray or white gear, which sucks. You can't pick any talents for your character, which is brutal. This makes the challenge so difficult. And I've talked about this before because what happens is in the beginning, it's not too bad if you're being careful, but the game isn't designed for you to not have any stats on your gear. By the time you're in your teens or 20s, you've got some green gear and you've got a health pool, mana pool, whatever. But what happens is the way the game arcs is the mobs scale up and you stay the same. So once you get over level 30 or so, you start noticing a massive difference in the health pools of the things you're fighting in your character. And you really got to be careful. And once you get 40 to 60, it's tough to do. You got to search for green mobs. Anyway, to me, this is the ultimate hardcore challenge. I like what Blizzard did to the hardcore servers. The permadeath is what I call it. It's a little bit softcore because anything goes, right? You can use health pots, talents, buffs, you name it, it goes. You can get into groups, dungeons. And now I realize a lot of what the hardcore server is for probably most people is just getting to 60 and then doing end game, right? I realize that. So I'm not taking that away. I'm not, I know that's difficult to do. The solo self-found option makes it a little bit more difficult because you can't use the auction house, the mailbox, you can't trade. And that's a pretty big deal going through dungeons and stuff like that. A pretty big deal indeed. But again, I think the Ironman Challenge is kind of like the ultimate thing. And I know there are people who've gotten like every class to 60, right? Sorry, I just burped. I think Touch Me Nancy and a lot of the people have done that, I'm pretty sure. If you want something a little more difficult, maybe try this challenge. Anyway, I'm way off topic here. Anyway, I decided to create a guild. If you are interested in joining, I want to keep whoever is in the guild. It's just the Ironman Challenge, so by those rules. It's just something you can do occasionally. It's a lot of fun to try. Personally, I think it is. If you're interested, tomorrow, which is Saturday, the 5th of July at 4 p.m. Realm time, I'm going to play the video here. So I RP walk over to this building here. So this area I'm at right here it's the, what is it called? The Great Hall or something. It's where the dwarves are. Straight out that way is the Forge and the Griffins. Through here is the Forlorn Cavern, I think. And do I go behind me here? Behind me over this way, I think is the gnome place. So anyway, I RP walk into a building over here, but I've decided I am going to be out by the mailbox, between the auction house and the mailbox in Ironforge. I'm just going to be hanging out there somewhere. Little bit easier. And we'll just, if anybody is interested, you'll see the little red dwarf here. Maybe I'll be up on a box or something. I'll be jumping around. You'll see me. You'll see my character name. He's called Red. Now, there are special characters in it, but if you see a character, a red-bearded, red-haired dwarf named Red, that's going to be me. If you would, please, if you're interested, please sign the charter. I think I just need 9 signatures. I'll get the guild going. Could be a lot of fun. And who knows, this thing maybe could blow up on the server. Maybe it's, who knows what could happen. Maybe, other people who don't even know about me. And there's a shit ton of people who don't. Because I'm a small YouTuber. Maybe it'll interest other people in doing it, and maybe it'll catch on. Who knows? Anyway, that's the plan. I do this to have fun, to make the game more challenging. And again, it's just, for me personally, it's a lot of fun to do, because death matters even more, because you are going to invest a lot of time on your Ironman. And there's tactics and strategies you can use. You're going to have to be buying vendor gear. In the very, very beginning, you'll get white gear as rewards and dropping from the mobs. But very soon into your teens, you'll start getting green gear rewards, and you can't use them. It's brutal. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I also, if this is big enough and people are more into the Horde or whatever, I'll roll a Horde character. And we can do a Horde guild as well, Ironman Horde, right? Because that's what I've been doing anyway. I'll roll a Horde character. I make it so far and die. And it's like, okay, let me try the Alliance again. I'll pick a race class, and then I'll go the Alliance, and I'm going to keep flip-flopping until I get to 60. Now, if I happen to get, if I get an Alliance character to 60, I'll probably try to do it on a Horde character. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's hard to do. Anyway, that's the deal there. If you're interested, please stop by. If you can't make it at 4 p.m. tomorrow, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm going to be online for probably an hour. I've got a lot of things to do tomorrow as well. Just whisper. Hopefully we form the guild tomorrow. And if we do, all you have to do is go to the social tab, type in Ironman in the search bar, and it should pull up the guild. Just whisper me or anybody, and you can get an invite if you're interested. Now, having said that, I do have other ideas about this, and I'm thinking about trying to do dungeons, maybe a separate guild or something like that. It's against the rules of the Ironman Challenge, but think about how fun that might be to do if we allow like a special rule set. We could name it whatever, Red Man Challenge. I don't know. I'm just off the top of my head. But think about that. Imagine how hard a dungeon would be, and I found this out personally, with no stats, right? you'd have to have a special composition because tanks are going to be squishy as shit. Healers aren't going to have the mana pool to heal. So it might have to be like 2 tanks, 2 healers or something. Think about that. That might be interesting to do. And maybe we allow this, you know, as a special kind of thing here. I don't know, maybe every once in a while. We'll see what happens there. It depends on how many people are interested in this. But this also may push me into live streaming again, especially if we try an Iron Man, or we'll call it Red Man, or you guys can probably think of something better. Some other thing that we do, maybe a separate guild where we do dungeons every once in a while and try to get to end game. Can you imagine trying to do a raid? There's no way it would work. It would have to be 20 tanks and 20 healers. It just would be insane trying to do it. Now, if we do decide to do dungeons, they have a level range. We're going to need to be at the very top. Even maybe a little further. We're going to have to play it as safe as we can because it's going to be fucking difficult. But it would be a lot of fun. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to add a little clarification to this because I realized the video I put out, somebody's like, hey, where are we meeting? Because down here I just said, meet at this location. And people are like, what location? So just a little clarification there. Anyway, hopefully this turns out to be something fun. Like I said, if you've never tried the Ironman Challenge, it's hard to do, and it's a lot of fun. So we'll see where it goes. Anyway, I love you guys and gals. Thank you so much for watching. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you in a future episode of something. Peace.